Okay. I was just live a second ago, but I don't know if that worked. Okay. So hello, I'm back. I would like to introduce you to my water. It'll be with me all night to keep my voice going. Okay, so hello. This is obviously not the normal time I would live stream. It's a Wednesday night. And I'm probably not gonna live stream for an hour just because I don't think my voice will take it. Okay, so don't mind the no makeup. Haven't worn it in weeks, and this is actually the first time I've actually changed out of my pajamas, so okay. Now that we got that out of the way, hi. For those of you who are new, my name is Grace, and I am the host for Fresh Baked WDW here on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Okay. And for those of you returning muffins, thank you very much for still being here and for watching this, whether you watch it live or rerun. I greatly appreciate it. So let's get down to business. Some of you may notice that I was missing in action. I haven't been uploading to YouTube or posting to social media. That's because I've been busy trying to stay alive, because I contracted the pandemic coronavirus, COVID-19. So I'm going to be doing quite a bit. But I'm here. So I want to quickly just kind of run through my experience for you, like a timeline, and then I'll kind of talk about my feelings for the future. So I was originally going to make like a little cheat sheet for me to remember everything as far as the timeline for my symptoms, but I didn't do it, and now I'm sitting here live, so I'm just going to try to remember it the best that I can. Okay, so I do want to point out that the only public places that I went to were Disney Springs, which was June 7th, and then I would go to Target, my local Targets. That's it. I haven't been to any restaurants. I mean, I would take out, but I never sat in a restaurant and none of that. So I don't quite know where I contracted it, but the highest traffic place I went was Disney Springs. I'm not saying I did, but that's just where I went. So June 7th, I actually have my calendar still set to June, so I may be glancing over there. So June 7th was a Sunday when I went to Disney Springs. I felt completely fine every day up until June 18th, which was a Thursday. June 18th, I woke up with like a congested nose, which has happened to me in the past. Some days I'll just wake up and my nose is real stuffy. Blow it a few times or start talking or start drinking, then it will go away. So I was thinking maybe it was just one of those days. By about, I'd say like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, I started to feel tired and like weak. And then about 30 minutes after that, I felt hot. I started to feel a fever come on, and I started to panic a little bit. So I immediately went into my bedroom and closed the door, and I was like, no one's coming in here. My mom was actually visiting the beach because we were having our AC redone. So she was actually gone for the day. She didn't know that I had gotten or started to feel sick. She came home later that evening and she opened my bedroom door and she was like, "Are you feeling okay?" And I'm like, actually not really. So she immediately closed the door, and that was the last I saw her for like 2 weeks. So I get the fever, I get weak tiredness, and I have a congestion in my nose. So that's Thursday. Friday, I wake up, and actually, I lied. I should have wrote this down. My mom didn't come home until Friday because she spent Thursday night there because they were working on the AC. So it was just me and my dad at home on Thursday. Friday morning, I wake up, and I'm still feeling like hot, fever. So I actually took myself to our private pool in our backyard. It's our own pool at our house. I sat in an inner tube and I baked in the sun to try to sweat off whatever this was. And I didn't, obviously. I didn't sweat it off. So I came in and I was like, hey, Dad, I feel hot. I don't feel good. So we don't have a temperature thermometers, but we have an outside temperature reader where it reads the outside temperature of something. We got it originally for like some project that we're working on in the house. So he takes it and he scans my forehead and it says 93. And I was like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what normal is. So then he's like, well, scan me. So I scanned his forehead and he was 83. So I never officially got my temperature taken, but I was outside temperature 93 and my dad was outside temperature 83. So that's kind of a comparison. So that was Friday. So then again, I got ahead of myself. My mom came home and I told her I was sick. Don't come in here. So now it's Friday night and I'm sweating like a pig and I feel weak and tired in my nose. I can't breathe out of my nose. I go to sleep and that's when my sleep cycle starts to go insane, where time just kind of bled together, and I still to this day I'm sometimes confused what day it is. It's like July 7th. No, it's July 8th. Oh man. See? So after I woke up and it's now like 1 a.m. on Saturday, I feel like my fever has broke. I'm no longer sweating. I no longer feel like achy like that. But then my stomach starts to hurt, and I do want to warn people, now it's going to start getting a little graphic. So if you're squeamish about like bodily issues, just kind of mute for a few minutes. So I woke up, I started feeling nauseous, and at about 4 a.m. I threw up. I ran to the bathroom and threw up in the toilet, and it was just the bile in my body because I hadn't eaten anything. So that could have been why I vomited, but vomit is a symptom of the coronavirus, so I think it was related to that. So then I was like, okay, this is not good. So I started to look for COVID-19 testings in my area. And a lot of CVS's popped up, Walgreens popped up, but nothing was available. And my dad found a pop-up site in a Home Depot parking lot an hour south of where I live. And I was like, well, I don't know if I could drive an hour. I don't know if I'm well enough to drive an hour. I said, let's just assume that I have it. And he's like, no, we need to get you tested. So my dad, who is, mind you, high risk, he, stupid, but loving. He put a mask on. I put my mask on. I got into the back seat of his car. He drove all the way an hour south of us to a Home Depot parking lot. And we went to the testing site. I got it was a nose swab. So they went all the way up this for 10 seconds and all the way up this nostril for 10 seconds. And then they put the little swab in a jar or, vial and said, okay, 5 to 6 days, you'll get your result. Okay. So at that point, my nose was a little bit cleared because I'd just been, jostled about. So I go home and I have to use the bathroom suddenly. And I have a very runny excrement. So I have diarrhea now. So no fever. So this is now Saturday afternoon. No fever, runny nose, and diarrhea. And I threw up that morning. Great. So that's Saturday. I fall asleep. Again, sleep schedule is wackadoo. I wake up Saturday or Sunday, I guess, and I'm still like very achy and I still have the runs, but my fever is gone. I call out of work on Monday because I'm not able to talk as much because of the drainage coming from my nose to my throat. Luckily, I never had like intense coughing. I never felt pressure on my chest. I would like feel a little difficulty breathing if I were to like get up and like move around a little bit, but not just like laying in my bed. I could breathe fine, luckily. So really Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which is like the 22nd, 3rd, and 4th, I just was like bed rest, sleeping all hours of the day, watching musicals when I was awake. That was about it. Just weakness, general feeling ill. And on Wednesday at 11 o'clock, I got an email saying that my test results had come in. And so I checked, and it said the official name of it, which is like SARS-CoV whatever 19 detected. So I was like, oh, that's great. And my dad, when my dad and I went to get tested, he got tested too. So his came back undetected, negative. So I was like, okay, so I definitely have it. So then I really physically felt better, kind of like going up. I still, again, general weakness, kind of like just felt like really sick. So by the next Sunday, which was the 28th of July, I felt physically better, but I still wanted to rest, so I called out of work those days too. Now, luckily, I work for a company that has the, COVID coverage, so I was able to get 5 days out of work. I only work part-time, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the first week, and then Monday, Tuesday of the following week are covered, not using my own sick time. It was coded as COVID. So then I've just been kind of like getting better. I still will at times feel a little winded if I were to like go up and down the stairs or take long walks, which I don't do. I've been in my house since the 18th of June. I did just leave the house actually to get some textbooks for a test I have to take, but it was all socially distanced. So, and plus, it's been 2 weeks. I was quarantined completely 2 weeks from the 18th with no interaction other than when my parents would bring something at the door for me. They would knock, I'd wait for them to leave, and then I'd open my bedroom door and then get the supplies or whatever they had. So no physical interaction at all. And then cleared by the government. It's a program through my county, Hillsborough County, health department task force. I don't know. They called me because I had a positive result, and they just wanted to check in and make sure that I was showing no symptoms. They wanted to ask me what my symptoms were, what I went through, if I was done. So they cleared me, and they're like, you're past it. You can proceed to continue social distancing and all that fun stuff. Okay, I had to gather my thoughts. So I had it very mild, very mild. I'm very lucky. I will say my hardest part was the mental health aspect of it. Mentally, I was defeated. I felt like just a number. There were members of my family that shamed me for getting it, put a lot of pressure on me, saying that if anyone else, XYZ, were to get it, it would be my fault. And a lot of my family is high risk because they're older or they have diabetes. And my boyfriend's family also has higher risk people in his immediate family. And because we did go to Disney that day, I was like, so mentally I was defeated. I felt like if anything were to happen to anyone else, it would be all on me. And it could have been, but like everyone else has been going on too. They've been going to the grocery store. They've been going to Target, Marshall's, eating at restaurants, social distancing. So it's like, it wouldn't all be on me, but at the time I didn't even think about that because I was like, it's my fault. So mentally draining, definitely. And even when I started to like come out of quarantine, it just felt weird to even just see humans again, or even just go down my stairs again. It was like a whole different world. It's all like, I see everything differently now. So yeah, I didn't have that hard. I didn't have to go to the hospital. I'm very fortunate that way. Okay, so that's my talk on COVID. You can, of course, if you have any further questions, you can DM me or message me and I'll be fine to answer it. I'm glad that I am able to answer it and explain my experience with COVID-19. Never in my life did I think I would say I got past a pandemic, but here we are. I also just want to notate that I'm kind of like at my halfway point. I don't know if there's no one in chat. What I'm seeing right now is no chat and no one viewing. So I don't know if that is accurate or not, but I just want to let you know if you guys are saying anything, I'm not seeing it and I don't know why. Okay. I'm just for my own sanity, if you guys are here, can like one of you message me on Instagram, because I'll get a pop-up and then I'll be like, okay, I don't know what the heck's going on. But just so I know if you're here watching live. If you're rewatching this, don't worry about it. I'm just going insane. All right, so I'm sure you guys want to hear kind of like my thoughts on the future, at least for myself. And I'll just be honest and frank. So this is still so new, right? This virus. We don't know exactly how it works, how it acts, how it reacts, how it, spreads, how much it actually affects why it affects people differently, all of that. So to me, I'm kind of seeing this as, I had it mild, thank goodness, but I don't know what it actually did to me. I'm sure I could get like an x-ray and check my lungs and things like that and get antibody test, but at this time I'm not doing that. I'm just staying away. And I don't want any of this to be political. If anyone's commenting down in the comments, don't get political with each other. Wear a mask. I always wore my mask. And I probably was contagious during that time, and I'm just glad I did wear a mask and social distanced always. And I only went out for Target for food, or I did go to Disney that one time. So just be safe and go out when you need to. I know, we've been through this for a few months now, but it's important for the health of other people. And there are a lot of people that are very selfish right now, and I don't know, just be kind to each other and respect one another, because yeah, I may be, fortunate to not have gotten it serious, but other people may not be as fortunate. So please be careful. Just wear your mask and keep your distance. Okay. So as far as my future in regards to Disney, I don't know. I'm honestly really, really scared, because I don't know what state I'm in. Well, I know I'm in Florida, and that's not a good state to be in right now, but I meant like physical state. Like, yes, I did survive it, but I still have repercussions from it, even after 3 weeks now. Tomorrow will be 3 weeks since my first symptom, right? Yes. Still have repercussions of it. So I'm worried that, let's say I caught strand A of COVID-19, and then I go to Disney or any theme park or anywhere, and I pick up COVID-19 strain B. So it's a different strain. So yes, I do have some antibodies, maybe, we think, but what's strand B? What's keeping strand B from wiping me out, right? So I really don't want to expose myself openly like that again. High traffic areas such as theme parks, amusement parks. And don't get me wrong, I love theme parks. I have annual pass for Busch Gardens, I have annual pass for Universal, and I have annual pass for Disney. I love going to theme parks. It's my favorite pastime, but not right now. It's not because, oh, it's not the same experience. It's not gonna have as much magic. It's none of that. I trust Disney in keeping the park as safe as they can. And I trust that they are, taking the protocols that they need, and they are trying to perform above and beyond expectations to try to help recreate the magic again for guests. But there's only so much that Disney can do. Disney's not immune to this virus. Just because you walk onto Disney property doesn't make you safe. I remember a long, long time ago, there was a car accident, like right kind of under the archway as you enter Walt Disney World. And I remember saying something like, oh, that stings that they got into a car accident on Disney, right? But my mom said, some people think that when you step onto Disney property, you're safe. Like, it's not the real world. But it is. Disney is the real world. It's a theme park, okay? And I love Disney. I'm wearing a freaking foam mouse ear with a castle tapestry behind me. I love Disney. Grew up on Disney. But it's a business. It's a theme park. It's not, this perfect place where you can't get sick or get hurt. So that's why they still have to have all those signs that say, you're taking the risks of walking in here. Any large gathering of people, you raise the risk of getting COVID-19. So I don't want to run the risk of it if I can help it. I will go out if I need to Target or Publix, whatever, shopping for food. I've been doing some online shopping for anything extra. Haven't bought any clothes in months, but I don't know. I'm scared to go to Disney, honestly. And I love Disney, and it's sad, but eventually things will start to get under control. But right now we're still going up, especially Florida. Florida is spiking and surging in cases right now because the state's opening up, and we're just not ready. Again, I really, really, really don't want to get political, but these are people's lives here. And I'm going to be entering a classroom. I don't know. That's still up in the air too. Schools reopening. It's a whole big kerfuffle. But I'm going to be around children, most likely, if they place me in a school, or if we're doing online distancing, I don't know. But I'm already going to be exposing myself there, and that's going to be for what I need to graduate and to get a career. So, I don't know. Yeah, so I've been saying so a lot because my mind is just everywhere. And it's hard not bouncing off of anyone. Okay. So that's all that I can think of right now. I gave my timeline. I gave that I'm actually really scared to go back to Disney anytime soon. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I know that everyone is excited, and we're all watching, the cast member previews that are right now, and then the annual pass holders, which are opening in these upcoming days, and then open to the public on Saturday for the reservation people. Yeah. I will restate. I know that Disney is doing what they can, period. Recreating the magic, period. Enforcing social distancing, period. Masks, period. Health screenings before you go in, period. Done. Minimal touch points, minimal interactions with guests physically. Having little parades so you can see the characters walk by on horses, seeing them up on the train station. That's magic. But they can't clean every inch, and they can't always make sure that people around you are being safe as you might want to be. it's not that I don't trust Disney, it's that I don't trust park guests. I guess maybe I'll say that. I don't trust all park guests because I know that there are people like me who, you know, want to go back just to experience the magic and have fun and be safe. But it's people that are selfish or try to bend the rules because they think that all the rules don't apply to them. That's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of the people. All right, so I'm actually going to end it here a little bit early, a little bit under 30 minutes, but that's all I have to say, especially when there's no one to bounce off of. This is probably really rambly, and I may just end up editing this down and then posting it, but there we are. I hope you all enjoyed. Please continue to support the channel. I'm going to try my best to restart Movie Mondays. We're still on Hercules, but we'll get there. I'll get there. Yeah, so in the comments, leave any suggestions maybe for videos that you may want to see for the time being. And I do have a question. If I were to post old footage from the park from before, would you guys like that? Or are you just more interested now in what it is now? I don't know. All right, comment down below. Thank you. Please leave a like. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Instagram, freshbakedww, and the Facebook under the same name. We do have a Snapchat. It's not very active because I only use it when I go into the park, but it's freshbakedww1. You can also follow my personal Instagram. It's Grace_Elise1616. However, do remember it is a personal account, so there may be, you know, not safe for little ears. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support, and I love you. Stay safe, wear a mask, be kind to each other, respect each other, and have a good rest of your day. Bye, Fresh Baked.